All right, good evening. So I call this February 10th meeting of the Abington Conservation Commission to order. The time is 6:31. My name is Lynn Mullen, and I'm the chair of the commission, and I'll be presiding over the meeting this evening. This meeting is being recorded for broadcast by the Abington Community Access Media Incorporated. I just want to check if anyone else is recording the meeting. No, okay, all right. The other members of the commission that are here tonight are Alex Vizanson, and we also have Chris O'Neill, and on Zoom we have Richard Smith and Jean Matiosis. Assisting the commission is our conservation agent, Nick Jenks. Just as a reminder that all documents that have been submitted to the commission have to be submitted at least a week prior to the hearing. So if there's any documents that are offered at tonight's meeting, we'll go ahead and accept them, but we won't be able to discuss them until the commission and the public have time to look them over. So I'm going to briefly explain now how we're going to run the meeting tonight. So the applicant or property representative will introduce themselves, they'll provide their address, they'll be up at the podium. If they have a presentation, they'll make it at that time. Then the commission will ask questions for clarification, and then I'll open it up to the public, up to the floor. If you have any comments or questions that you have, please come to the podium. You'll state your name and your address, and you'll email your questions to me through the chair. And then once we finish public comment, we'll bring it back to the commission for discussion and possible vote. Okay. And one note, because the recording equipment doesn't pick up people talking at the same time, and I've gotten complaints from that from people after meetings, I just ask that everyone speak one at a time throughout the hearing. And I was also asked if when we finish something, if we could let the people on Zoom first speak, because they're having trouble knowing when we are done. They can't see us very well. Okay? All right, so first up on the agenda, we have ACC 25-1, Notice of Intent filed by Massachusetts Electric Company to install one new mid-span utility pole in the right-of-way to the west of Plymouth Street, project located at 1103 Plymouth Street.
Hi, Bridget Hilgendorf, VHB, here for 1103 Plymouth Street on behalf of Massachusetts Electric Company. So I believe since the last time we were here, there's been some discussion just ironing out some of the monitoring in this area. That conflicts with another project going on, so I don't know if maybe I'll defer to Nick on that. But besides that, we did have a couple other updates. We provided a revised notice of intent. Basically, this was already in the original mapping submitted. There's another pole replacement taking place, so a little bit further west up the right-of-way. It is considered exempt maintenance under the WPA, but we figured since it'll be taking place at a similar time as the installation of 218, we'd package it up in this same NOI. So that'll just be the replacement of pole 215. It's an existing wooden structure. It'll be replaced in kind, and there's going to be, I believe it's 1,924 square feet of additional temporary impacts associated with that. And so that's just the replacement of the structure and then associated temporary construction matting. So the updated NOI includes these changes. And Nick, I did bring a hard copy for the records.
Thank you.
So what is the total impact that will be?
Actually, do you mind if I grab that one more time?
Yeah.
Yes. Let me just pull that up. So total, it will be 4,399 square feet of impacts, and that's 3 square feet of permanent impacts associated with the installation of pole 218. And the rest will be temporary.
And so how did we work this out? Because National Grid was in the middle of restoring the area. You weren't aware of that. How did you work things out?
Sure, so,
I can if you want.
yeah, absolutely.
So the other project is going to be filing a COC. They asked for an amended order. It's one I was circulating for signatures recently. Their legal got a hold of it and wanted a couple changes, reference to a couple more deeds, and the applicant name changed on it. That was sent out to them last week. I assume they're working on getting that filed so that they can then file for their COC. So currently we do not have that in hand, which was the goal, to have that submitted directly after this. So,
Great. And that goes along with the certificate of compliance. It's the next thing on the agenda?
that's what we were expecting. That application has not come in.
Okay. All right. So is there anything we can do tonight?
I mean, this could still be issued independently. Before the commission wanted to have both on the same night. If that's still the goal, tonight's not going to be the night. This project really doesn't have any bearing on that. It was more the concern of the other project monitoring something that is going to be ripped up by this project, and it'd make a whole lot of sense.
Right.
So,
I have a question, not for her, but for you and Nick. Why is this Abington Conservation Commission notice of intent, but the other one was state?
I don't know. They filed it with the state. It was the same wetland area. I don't think it was a state-regulated wetland.
No,
It was a
I
mistake on
think
their part, but
you
I'm not
mentioned
sure.
last time it was because it was bylaws that were,
Yep,
not
so
the
for,
state.
correct, for the installation, we identified it within an isolated wetland, so not jurisdictional under the state.
right?
Yep. And then this work in
I
BBW is
understand
exempt.
that, but where was the other one?
In the same area, I think they made a mistake filing it with the state.
Yeah.
Cost them a little bit more in fees. Aside from that, I don't really see the harm in it. Just DEP knows about it, whereas normally they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, just curious why. I don't have any questions.
Jean, do you have any questions?
Just a quick question with regards to replacement of that pole. The removal of the one that's existing there and you're putting in a new one, is that been addressed?
In terms of means and methods, or how can I
Well,
clarify?
in terms of the fact that sometimes when poles are removed and replaced, the old poles are left kind of for long periods of times. Will it be, I'm just trying to figure out, is it just going to be left there and removed maybe 3, 4, 5 years down the line? Because that seems to be the case. We see it a lot through town.
Yeah, I don't know exact timeline. I know typically the intent is to remove them fully. Outside of wetlands, the practice is to cut them to the grade, but I don't know exact timeline of when this one would be removed.
I would say,
Just where it is in a wetland, it's a concern to me to leave something just sitting around where it's, telephone poles are notorious for having a lot of chemicals and such, so that's all.
It's certainly information we could obtain if the commission desired that. We just have to follow up.
yeah. Rich, do you have any questions, comments?
No, I would just echo what Jean says. If they're doing this work, certainly that pole should be removed, not left by the wayside. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, my understanding is they're typically removed when we're replacing it, but again, if a concrete answer is desired, we can obtain that.
I mean, if you drive around town, you'll see a lot of instances where poles have been there. I mean, on my street, there was a pole that was there for 5-6 years.
Are you saying like laying within the right of
have
way?
one.
Is that, oh,
I
sorry.
have one on my street that's laying in a wetland that's been there for over 15 years.
Yeah.
So you're referring to like it's been removed and it's just kind of staged there? Is that the
See,
concern?
Well,
The new
if you
one,
call
then the one
15
right
years
next to it.
state- I mean, 15
sorry,
years
Jean, go
staging
ahead.
In a wetland is kind of a long time, don't you think? I'm just, it's still there.
Yeah, absolutely. I
I'd
mean,
like to have, I guess I'd like to have Mass Electric be a little more proactive in removing old poles rather than just leaving them. So I'm looking for some sort of guidance or something confirmed from Mass Electric that it's not going to just be left by the wayside for years.
yeah, like I said, my understanding is it's going to be, once that new pole's installed, the old one will be removed and removed from the site, but if we need that in writing.
I think a condition with a timeline.
Thank you.
I don't know
Thank you.
what, maybe Bridget can offer what a reasonable timeline for
Yeah.
everything being cleaned up after the
I
work's
think
done.
that's how we should go moving forward.
Whether it be,
with these. Yeah.
A week, or if it 2 months if it's a different crew or something like that, whatever that timeline is.
Do it.
And I think that's part of
correct?
restoring to existing
But they don't
conditions,
need
which is the intent here.
So, once they got done, that's the problem.
Yeah.
There's many COCs from like places like National Grid that
Yeah.
have, yeah. So,
Had been on the books for quite some time,
And that's
yeah,
not your fault.
as being outstanding.
So we just make it part of the condition.
Yeah, and you guys have been conditioned these
Okay.
with, 2-year monitoring reports too. So if we don't get that, it's a violation of the monitoring report. I would certainly expect to mention if there's a pole laying through the wetland,
Right.
and to address it. So that's kind of the best way to follow up on this, in my opinion.
Okay.
do we want to have it has to be done after a certain amount of time after the pole replacement has been done? Like you have a week, you have 3 months.
I think that would be a good idea because I think the longer we wait, you're looking at more disturbance to a wetland area.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want them going back in.
I think within a couple of weeks it should be, if they're gonna restore it, it would need to be out of there.
I agree with you, Alex.
Yeah, so, I mean, we can say within 2 weeks.
Any issue?
Nope.
They can send a crew there and get it out of there,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
So they're not gonna have the equipment to move it.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's going to be my point, is if they're able to pull a pole in and prepare to place it, they've already obviously gotten a pole there. They should be able to apply that same equipment
Right.
to remove the pole once it's out of the ground and just take it, tow it away with them.
right.
Good point, Rich.
Okay.
Because this has been a big problem with National Grid.
Got it.
So we have to start addressing it. Just so happens you're the one.
That works.
Open it up.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to open it up to the public. Anyone have any questions or comments? No? Okay, I'll bring it back to the board.
Make a motion to approve the notice of intent number ACC 25-1 for Mass Electric to install one new midspan utility pole on the right-of-way to the west of Plymouth Street, project located at 1103 Plymouth Street.
I'll second.
Okay. Jean?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Alex?
Aye.
And Chris?
Aye.
And unanimous. All right, thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you so much.
So,
And Nick.
do we want to do the work conditions at the end of the meeting?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to hang for it.
Sure.
We'll go through the order conditions.
Okay.
And I got a
Sounds great.
copy too. if
All
you
right,
want to take a
thanks.
peek at it.
Okay, well, SC 0840580, request for certificate of compliance filed by Laura Ernst, Massachusetts Electric Company, project located at 1103 Plymouth Street. They haven't gotten back to us, so,
That application I was expecting, but was not filed on
Yeah.
time, so
okay.
that was really for their benefit to
Right.
get out of this, so.
So they're still on the hook for
Yeah, currently.
the restoration.
Doesn't make a lot of sense,
Okay.
but they are, so, until they ask to not be.
Okay, then we'll move on. Go to the next one, SC 0840586, abbreviated notice of resource area delineation filed by Ferdy LLC, project located at 272 Presidential Drive. And just to be clear, the abbreviated notice of resource area delineation, it's a long word, it's referred to as an ANRAD. This is just to say, these are the wetland lines. That's all that we're making a determination on. There's no application for building or anything.
Good evening. Brendan Sullivan, here representing the owner applicant. Brendan Sullivan from Metal Engineers and Land Surveyors. Here representing the owner, Ferdy LLC of 72 Presidential Drive. It's on the corner of Presidential Drive and Linwood. It's currently a vacant lot, and we're requesting the certification of just under 400 feet of BVW. That's
Do you
it.
have anything
I'm sorry.
more?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so we'll start the discussion. Jean? Do you have any questions?
Okay, I'm looking at the map that was submitted and the narrative for the delineation, and I do have a couple of questions. And one being is that he states that the site does not contain a USGS mapped stream, which it doesn't. However, when you're looking at Mass Mapper, if you pull up DEP wetlands hydrologic connections, what it does, I don't know if you can do that, Lynn?
Yeah, I can do that. This is our-
Mass DEP hydrologic, Mass DEP
Sorry, this is
wetlands.
something's in my way.
It's DEP wetlands. Hydrologic, there we go.
It's being slow. Let me try it again. I have this
Yep.
Zoom stuff in my way.
Wetlands,
There
there
we
we
go.
go.
It's really hard to see on this.
Yeah,
Zoom in.
but there is a thin blue line, and that thin blue line, according to DEP, if you click into their descriptions, it says it could be a stream, it could be a river, it could be a ditch, it could be a culvert. And what it does is it's connecting the wetland from Presidential over to the big bog over on Linwood Street. And it sustains the hydrophilic vegetation and the hydric soil formation across 272 Presidential Drive. You know, and those hydrological connections are critical to the movement of water and the functions of that wetland on Presidential, feeding over to that marshy bog over behind Linwood Street. It also will help track the pollutants that are carried there as well. So, you know, it may not be on the USGS map, like I said, but there is a definition under DEP hydrologic connections, which views it as very crucial to the movements of water between wetlands. The second thing I noticed is that when the delineation was performed analyzing the vegetation and hydrology, he said he went 12 inches in on the surface and the soil conditions within 20 inches of the surface. But yet in October, I don't know if he consulted with the Massachusetts drought maps, because in July of 2025, we were in a significant drought, but as of October, we were still in a mild drought. I don't know if that came into play when he did his notations and had that situation in hand as far as his measurements go. And the third thing that I saw is that the site does not contain certified vernal pools according to Mass New England Heritage Endangered Species. However, Abington's bylaws, and it says it doesn't require it to be a certified vernal pool. And where the delineation was done in October, it wouldn't have provided any information as far as breeding grounds. Now, I know on one giant property we had way back when I first joined, it had many resource items, areas on it, so we had a peer review done. And what the engineer was saying, it was a man-made depression, and it wasn't a vernal pool, but yet when we peer reviewed it, the peer reviewer found frog eggs and salamander eggs and everything else. So I think that might be something that should be revisited maybe after March 31st, because that's when vernal pool activity begins. So those are my three observations reading through the information that was provided with his delineation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Rich? Do you have anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
I do, just for clarification, is this the lot that the town had auctioned off? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Alex?
And is the question that we're trying to protect the stream to the bog over there?
I think what she's just saying is it looks, if you read the narrative that their wetland scientists put together, said it was an intermittent stream. And one of the problems is we were in a drought, so you can't make a determination if something is an intermittent stream or perennial during a drought. And the other issue is how far you go down. If you go down like 12 inches and go, yep, there's no hydric soils here during a drought, right? You need to go down even further before you're actually going to probably see what kind of soils.
What is the
you have.
impact we're worried about, though? Are we worried about disrupting the flow, if it isn't?
No, I mean, it's just if it's a perennial stream and if they decide they want to build on this property, they'd have the 200-foot riverfront. Whereas if it's just an intermittent stream, it would just have the normal 100-foot. So we just want to make sure that what is.
Is that 200, is that in Abington?
No.
A state,
That state?
yeah. And Abington, because Abington has to be, we can't be less strict.
Right,
than
I
the
would just,
state. Yeah.
on this one, I would say that we should be,
And the other thing, as
Open.
far as determining whether there's a vernal pool there or not, again, you can't tell that in October because that's not breeding season.
Right. One of
Breeding
the,
season is in the spring.
yeah. I mean, one of the things that I noted is that we do require the DEP field data form that shows all the information, like the soils that you've done, looking for other indicators of hydrology.
Sure.
And that was checked off on the check mark, but it's not in here.
Okay.
It's not in your packet, so we need that. There was a mention that there's no ILSFs, but there was no mention whether they looked for IVWs, the isolated vegetated wetlands, because that's not protected at the state level, but it is protected by Abington, our bylaw. And it tends to be something that a lot of wetland scientists don't look for until we have a peer reviewer who comes in and points out, well, you've got a IVW here. So I would just check in with your scientist and make certain that they've looked for that or considered that.
Sure. Yep.
Alex, do you have anything?
I don't have anything at this
Okay.
time.
One of the big issues is, of course, that we need to actually go out there and take a look at it ourselves.
Okay.
Right? And we clearly can't do that right now, and we wouldn't, even if there was no snow on the ground, we couldn't do anything until mid-April at the earliest, because soil's frozen. It's gonna look, and of course, you're not gonna see things like ferns and all that other stuff, so.
Right, right.
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, Chris.
Nope, I cut you off, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries.
Go. Sorry, trying to be polite.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So what is the goal here? Is it to obviously construct a single-family home at some point?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. Yep.
The permit fee paid is different on these depending on what the goal is, and they
Okay.
paid a permit fee for single-family home construction.
Okay. So what would be the possible roadblocks for that happening? Like, let's say it is, you're gonna find these soils and is that?
Well, I think like Lynn
Lot?
said, we're gonna have to wait until the end of March and April
The applicants recognize that
to
already,
get out there.
in my
you know.
talking
Yes.
with them.
Yep.
So-
Absolutely. When it- I
An
think it-
understanding of that.
Yeah,
The intent right now is just to make sure that what we have right here is accurate and we agree with it.
so when
Got it.
they file a notice of intent, this is what they'll use.
Got it.
If we later say, oh,
It
hey,
saves a step for them,
Yeah.
rather than come in and say, we're gonna build a single-family house here, and this is the wetlands.
And then we say we don't agree with this?
Yeah.
Got it.
yeah. So
Okay.
this is gonna tell them where the wetlands are, we'll agree to it, then they can propose the,
That's no longer a discussion,
yeah,
the wetland lines.
yeah.
so if somebody comes along later and says, hey, there's a stream there, it's like, well, this is what we approved.
Right.
This is what we recognized, and we have to go with that.
So would you like us to, well, we're gonna open it up to the audience, but you're probably looking to.
I have just one more thing to
Yeah,
say.
no, that's
And once we
fine.
commit to an ANRAD, that ANRAD is good for 3 years.
Right,
So it's for the Conservation Commission to do their due diligence and look at everything to make sure that it's as accurate as can be. Thank you.
And I would say typically for an ANRAD, we would ask for a peer reviewer to take a look at this. Not sure if that's something that we would be necessarily needing to do here.
I think we should take a look at it first.
See it in person first,
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's not a,
sometimes things are pretty obvious.
yeah, and it's not a
Oftentimes they're
huge
not.
site. If we have questions, then we can discuss that.
Yeah. there's a vernal pool, I'm not qualified
Well,
to,
if there's a vernal
know,
pool, yeah,
to make that decision.
yeah.
If we see some sort of depression. Okay. Are we ready to open up to the floor? Anybody have any more comments to make? We're good? Okay. Now I'd like to open it up to the audience. Does anyone have any comments or questions they'd like to? Okay, please come up to the podium. Give your name and address.
Hi, good.
I have to
Hi,
say,
Division. I know. Good evening. My name's Nicole Corbett. I live at 114 Van Buren Drive. I grew up in this neighborhood. I've lived here since I was 1. So I'm very familiar with this lot. I've been concerned about this lot since it went up for auction, just very honestly. One thing about this intermittent stream / whether it is or not, that wetland that is on the other side of Presidential connects all the way back to McKinley, and all of the water from McKinley goes to the wetland there. There is underneath Presidential Drive it's large.
Yeah.
Underneath Presidential Drive, there's a pipe, comes out right to where the shaded area is right there. Additionally, on that side of Presidential Drive, that you can see the elevation line right with the very faint yellow. That elevation drives kind of the gradient, so there is a slope down to this lot, which takes another chunk of water. And then if you go over to Melinda Drive, the water is coming from behind that house on the corner of Linwood and Melinda, going into another part of that. I'm going to call it a swell right now. There is a swell along Linwood Street. Empties right there. Everything collects into the pipe at the corner of that lot, which all then goes onto the wetland over to Lady Slipper. It is a very high volume of water. There have been several problems up on McKinley Drive with neighbors getting flooded due to swales not being cleaned out. I actually call John Stone every spring and say, hey, the Presidential swale is clogged. We need to get the leaves out. And he's been really good about it, which I appreciate. I can't speak personally on whether there's a vernal pool there or wetlands delineation, since I did not conduct them or have any part of that. But just from my knowledge, that swale is very deep and is a big concern. That lot is landlocked by it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? No? Okay.
So in the meantime, I can get the wetland scientist to do a further analysis of the stream to see if it is perennial or not. And I'll get the data forms as well. And I'll have him, we'll certainly look in the springtime to see if there's any evidence of a vernal pool out there. As far as the groundwater, doing an analysis during a drought, as you know, groundwater is determined by modeling, not visible groundwater. So groundwater can be determined during a drought. So even though you're just going down 12 or 20 inches, you can determine water table during a drought season. So, because the drought season can be determined anytime during the year, not just in the springtime when it's the wettest.
No, so my point wasn't about groundwater. It
Well,
was
I think
about soil
one of your members said that they couldn't determine water table during a drought.
Well, I think the meaning is if that is a stream or not, that definitely can't be determined during a drought.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was talking more about the groundwater determination for the presence of wetlands.
Right.
Because if it's within 12 inches of the surface and there's vegetation present, that's your two factors that determine that.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, during a drought though, I'd be a little concerned about, color of the soil, et cetera. And that's one of the things. And that's one of the reasons why, even if there was no snow on the ground, we're not going to go out. We don't have, we have a winter regulations.
sure, yep, absolutely.
That no, we're not going to accept data during the winter.
Right.
So that's one reason why we would have to wait until April-ish to get the data and to actually go out there and see it
Sure.
for ourselves.
Yep.
So when would you like this continued to?
Well, when's your meeting in April?
Be the 14th and the 28th.
I mean, could you get out there before the 14th? I would assume it'd be frozen, hopefully be
Yeah.
hopefully.
thawed and snow gone by
Yeah, I
then.
would think
So-
we could schedule it for that, but.
Sure. Yeah, we
If I
may schedule it for the
would have-
14th, and if we have to bump it out to the next one,
Right,
that's fine.
yeah.
In the meantime, like I said, I'll get some data forms and some additional information
Okay.
for the stream data.
So the 14th. And then we will go out there ahead of time?
Yeah. So I would make a motion to continue this hearing to April 14th. The abutters will not be notified again. This is your legal notification. So if you want to tell all your neighbors, if that's what you want to do, but they're not under obligation to notify the neighbors again at this point.
So Brandon, just if you could reach out a couple weeks before, get something scheduled. I'll get a couple commissioners together, everything like that, to go out there. Probably be great if Brad could be there too,
Okay,
to really get into it.
sure, yep.
Awesome. Work for everyone?
That's what.
Thank you for coming tonight too.
Oh, no problem. No
Thank you.
problem.
All right, we have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Okay. All right, roll call. Rich?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Alex?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous. All right, thank you.
Great, thank you very much.
April.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is discussion on enforcement order for 15 Groveland Street.
Hello, my name is Hassan Naner. I'm the manager of the South Shore Auto Gallery. I'm here representing the owner. Unfortunately, he's out of state, so he couldn't attend this meeting. But if it's necessary for the next meetings, he will attempt. So we received the enforcement order. We did the clean all the trash around. We removed the fill, the asphalts, and then we were about to install the erosion control blankets, but unfortunately the snowstorm hit, so we couldn't do it. And then after the weather warms up a little bit, we will find some constructor to do the restoration, and by May 1st, we will have a restoration plan and we will submit. Thank you for giving us some time.
Yeah.
We will definitely.
I want to make one statement, though.
Can we take, some people don't know what happened.
Okay, yeah,
So,
update.
Alex, do you want to?
Yeah,
Describe.
so, and that's where I was going with
Okay,
this.
sorry.
I'm not sure the date when you called me on that,
I'll find it if you want.
but anyway, it was on a Sunday, I believe.
It was a Sunday, yeah.
And I got a call from Lynn that there was activity going on over there, so I went over there, and I don't know if you were there
No, I wasn't
or
there.
not, but there were two people working, and there was somebody in the office who got the owner on the phone and seemed surprised that I was there and we were stopping the work. The following day, when we talked to Nick, we found out that the owner was told already to stop. Correct?
To not start.
To not start, yes, yeah. So your owner lied to me by omission when I was there. And that's not starting this process out on a very good foot.
And
He should have told me, yes, I'm sorry, Nick had told us not to start, but he didn't say that. It was like he never heard of anything about not doing any work there. And I don't appreciate that, and please relay that to him,
I will tell him, sir. I apologize for him.
yeah. Because he thought he could get it done on a Sunday is what he thought he could do.
No, actually.
No, actually, he did.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was January 11th.
January 11th,
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand.
And
I
when Nick
apologize.
told him not to, then he decided to do it on a Sunday, hoping no one would catch him.
If you let me, so I think he signed the contract with contractors and they started Saturday, and then they continued on Sunday, I believe.
So on Friday, when Nick told him not to start,
It was a few weeks before.
A
when he
few weeks
Came in and
before.
asked me about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Not looking good for you.
I apologize. We will try to do the restoration and complete the enforcement order.
And so when is the plan to give us a restoration, when is the plan to give us the restoration plan? Do you have a date?
So as soon as the snow removed and the weather warms up, we will contact the contractors and then make a plan. We will submit.
You guys understand that it'll be a wetland scientist involved in the restoration plan,
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Which could be through your contractor, but the person doing the construction probably won't be the person delineating.
What does the enforcement order say for a time frame?
May 1st.
May 1st to have it filed, with the commission.
Have the plan filed.
To have the restoration plan filed, yes.
And we ratified that the last meeting?
Yes,
We
correct.
did, okay. It's been a month.
Which I think if it's filed May 1st, May 12th will be that first meeting. I think would be the time to go over, discuss it, and then hopefully they can get right to work on it. Get it cleaned up pretty early, May, June.
Okay. Jean and Rich, you have any comments or questions?
I was not able to attend that January 11th meeting, so thank you for recapping the activity and what happened, Alex. I appreciate it. I find it really disturbing that if Nick had spoken to them a few weeks beforehand and told them not to start anything, like Alex had said, it had happened on a weekend. That is very suspicious to me. So my question is, what exactly were they trying to do out there? Were they trying to expand their parking area? Because I really don't
Exactly.
know much about what happened there.
They were taking up gravel and they
Ledge.
and they were going to put hard pack down and expand the parking lot, it looked like.
Okay, because that plays into the 200-foot riverfront. It's one thing with looking at that property, it's been that way for, I went back to 2005, I think, and there's always been a certain area of blacktop, and it doesn't look like we've expanded much. So, what was there from years ago, but expanding into a 200-foot riverfront is a very bad thing. They do have cars out there now. Are they strictly on the blacktop? Do we know this?
We don't have right now.
The
it's-
cars are only on the blacktop?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I went out there initially for this, the cars were all on the blacktop.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Because again, I wasn't familiar. I'm just listening now as to what happened out there. And the restoration plan is supposed to be submitted by May 1st?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
The,
Are there any types of barrier, aside from the snow that's there right now, if the snow is to melt, is there any way to ensure that they don't accidentally encroach further off the blacktop? I mean, that's a concern. That's all. Thank you.
I mean, most of the area concern, if they encroach further, they'd be going down a hill pretty quickly. It's not really
Yeah.
feasible. Some fill had gotten pushed back, but it didn't look like it had been packed or anything yet. I think it'd be sinking and sliding down pretty quickly if
Right.
you went beyond the area. The work got stopped pretty early on.
Yeah.
Since the enforcement order, there's been pretty good communication, I do want to point out. They did get the fill out of there pretty quickly, and the equipment, and cleaned up the waste and everything that looked like it had gotten dumped over the hill towards the river. They did jump on that. Like they said, the erosion control hasn't been done. I would expect that to be done. I mean, even with the snow, that should probably get done, because the snow melt's probably going to cause that fill to run, and it's just going to run at the river. So the snow is really more of a reason to get it done than a reason not to. So I think you guys should probably put a date on that. They can get out there and hand shovel some snow away to put erosion control down.
I want to give them 30 days or less.
I would say less, because this has already been going for over a month.
2
Yeah,
weeks,
but-
14 days. By the
Yeah,
time,
think
that
2
that
weeks is
snow
good
melt's gonna be
because-
dangerous for that.
by the time of our next meeting, we want the erosion control up. Even if that means removing the snow by
Just
hand,
hand shoveling it, everything's hand up there.
yeah.
Thank you. I thank you for the additional information about them quickly removing the debris out of there. I appreciate that. I think the 2 weeks is awesome because we're in for some hopefully thawing weather. I see 30s and 40s
And
for the
rain
next
coming,
couple of
so,
weeks, so
yeah,
that would be to their advantage, so.
Yeah, it's pretty much the hill that Phil was driven
right,
over, so it's just gonna,
So as that snow melts,
it's gonna
make it
just
worse.
run out, yeah,
yeah.
in my opinion.
All right, so, we should put this on the agenda for 2 weeks. Yeah, next meeting is in 2 weeks, which today's date, yeah, yeah.
24th?
Yeah.
24th?
And we
And you guys
should,
know where the erosion control is wanted?
We called a couple people because of the snow, the snow pile there. They couldn't put the blank.
When the snow was removed from the parking area, did you just push it towards the river, or was it physically removed or pushed to the other side?
We pushed most of them the other side, and then some of them on the lot at the riverside, but it's still on the lot.
I mean, on the blacktop.
On the side, yeah, in the blacktop. Yeah.
So there's no snow that you've pushed beyond the blacktop.
No,
Over the hill, we'll call it.
no.
The blacktop ends and it drops
Oh, okay.
It's at the edge.
pretty quickly. It's a pretty clear line.
Okay.
Thank you.
Maybe when, after they restore, we may want to put a restriction on where they can plow the snow in the future.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
good idea.
the left end of the lot, as you're looking at that picture, is a pretty reasonable spot to put it,
Yeah,
rather than just shoving it
And no
back.
salt, I'm sorry, no salt either.
This corner?
Salt substitute
Yeah.
only.
That's certainly the best spot.
yeah.
There aren't a lot of great spots there. That'd be the best.
We should probably amend the enforcement order to add the snow removal requirement that we're giving.
And salt substitution, because the river is right there.
So how do you want to word that?
We would add to the enforcement order the requirement that they have snow removed and erosion control put into place by, was that the 24th?
Yep.
Yeah, the 24th will be the next meeting.
Okay, 24th.
I could go out in the morning to confirm.
So that's the lot, the big lot that goes all the way back there?
Yeah, the stream river runs more in that depression you see
Yeah.
around the back of the building. Really, that faint blue line, I'd say, is pretty close to what the actual stream is.
Ah, there's the river right there, yeah.
You can see it
Yeah.
going
Yep.
through there.
Boom, boom, boom.
And what was the part that was being
See
the
the
left.
white vehicle over there?
here?
Yeah, way over.
On the west end.
Yeah,
Yep.
right there.
Okay.
So they were looking to expand, which they're pretty close to the property line, too.
Yeah,
I'm not sure all that work was done on your property.
So they were taking that hill on the west end and kind of driving it back. And then after those vehicles, there's a drop off that they were pushing it over.
Lynn, could you use the ruler measurement and just measure from that river to the corner and see how many feet that is?
It's hard to tell where the river is.
Oh,
You put
yeah,
the
yeah, sorry.
wetlands
Yeah,
on the
sorry.
top, Lynn. On the right, how you can change the layers.
Oh, over there. See the tiles? Go to map.
Yeah,
Up
so
the
if you
top.
put that
Right
up
where
on
it says
top.
interlocation.
Oh, here, you want me to?
Gene's
go
in the
to
way.
EP
No,
wetlands?
no, next door, next thing over.
Okay, sorry.
Now, see the tile next to it says enter a location, see the little square blocks, just click
Yeah,
on
they
map
get-
instead of,
Actually, you're blocking it, Gene.
oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, here?
Oops,
No, now you can kind of see the faint line. You can probably just use that to
Oh,
tag
yeah,
it.
there you go, I see it.
I know.
yeah. So from that dark pool area,
Here?
right from
See
there.
that right there, you
Yeah,
want it.
'cause
Oh, okay, I see
See the
it.
green
there's
line?
the blue
Yep.
line.
Very faint.
So that's 124 feet, and there's a 200-foot riverfront protection on either side of the bank, so,
No, there's no question they're within the 200 feet.
yeah. I just was curious how far it was away.
Sure.
All right, so we want to amend the enforcement order to include that the snow must be removed and the siltation barrier put up prior to the
And
next
no
meeting.
salting, salt substitute?
Yeah, by 224. The, do
You
you guys,
understand that?
No, can you?
So the snow has to be removed so you can put the siltation barrier up before the 24th of February.
Okay.
And you cannot use any salt on the property there.
We don't use salt generally. Okay.
That's good.
do any of you want to go out on the 24th with me to take a
Yeah.
look ahead of the meeting?
Yeah.
Do we want to set that for
Get this.
the 24th at noon, or do we want to do later in the day before the meeting, like 5 o'clock?
I can't do noon anymore.
We want to do like 5?
Get a real job.
Still get the sun up a little bit, but
Yeah,
I could do
we
that.
can meet there at 5.
Can we get little bit more time on that?
What's up?
Can we get little bit more time on that?
you mean like calendar days, or you need it
Yeah.
later in the day?
No, for like 24th is 2 weeks.
No, because the
No.
problem is the snow is gonna start melting, and that's what we don't want it all
Okay, I
being pushed
understand.
We
down.
lose the effect of the erosion control.
Yeah.
By
Okay.
the, and then I think the other thing to clarify, do you guys want a representative there is at the meeting on the 24th?
It's totally up to them.
It would be best.
It's
to have-
always better to have someone there,
So if
but
the
if
owner
you
can make
don't,
it on the 24th, he should be here. If
Okay.
not, you or some other representative.
All right.
Call it 5 o'clock, is that correct?
if someone isn't there, then we'll be making decisions without your input. So
All
it's always
right.
best to be here to represent yourself.
And are you guys okay with meeting on site at 5 o'clock on the 24th?
Yep.
Before the 6:30 meeting?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll need a vote for my
Amendment.
amendment changes.
Okay. So we have the, did you make a motion?
I did.
Okay. I have a second?
Second, second,
All right, roll call. Rich?
He's sleeping.
Okay. Jean?
I wish.
aye.
And Alex?
I,
And Chris?
Aye.
All right, unanimous. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, discussion on enforcement order 400 Bedford Street. 400 Bedford Street?
Yes, hi folks, Kathy Fenton, acting store manager at Lowe's, 400 Bedford Street. I apologize, I know we've made mistakes. Plowing companies for us just don't show up sometimes, and the ones that we get, we don't always have the right information to give them. The rock salt has been cleared, we have posted signs, and yeah, so that's where we are. I know that we have definitely made some errors along the way, and I know that it was dealt with last year and this year, but again, I've been there so I've been at Lowe's in probably 2.5 years, and then at this Lowe's, been with Lowe's for 8 years. I was in Weymouth, transferred out of here in June and come back subsequently to this. So whatever I need to do to rectify it will be done. We put signs out, like I said. I know Nick's been there. The first day Nick was there, I actually was there, but I didn't get to meet you. Apologize. I did send ahead the letter, and I did have your letter with your card on it. That was the first day I emailed it to our legal department, and I apologize again. We are diligent in trying to get the rock salt. There is no rock salt on property. We have sand in it, and we do have signs posted. So again, I apologize to Abington. I am local. I come from Braintree. I've lived in Braintree for 28 years. So I find this, yeah, I'm sorry. I live here, and I don't expect, I wouldn't expect this in my town. So again, I've been here for a long time. So, and I'm not a transplant. I'm from Massachusetts. I come from the city. So again, Nick, I apologize if you were treated and you didn't feel that it was, but it was done. It was done to me. So when you came in, I got the notice in timely manner. I faxed that baby right out. Didn't get a chance to meet you. So with the legal department, since then, I actually called on the 10th. Today is the 10th. I called on the 27th, so I wouldn't miss the meeting. It's on my calendar. I made sure that it was canceled. I made sure that I would have been here if it didn't. So again, I don't play. I believe in what you guys set forth, and it's totally disrespectful not to do and not to know the ordinances on 400 Bedford. But the residents of Abington come first, and that's my priority, is that the residents in the area, because again, I live local, so a lot of Braintree people shop in Abington. A lot more of my neighbors shop in Abington than Weymouth, so again, I'm not sure what I can do further, but to keep the line open between us, whatever you need.
So have you been over there?
I was there before the last meeting. I was there
Yeah.
one day. They were actively getting the salt pile out of there. I was not able to get out there this week. I'm not sure what the current status is, but they were working on getting that salt out.
It's gone, we have sand, so.
The permanent signage wasn't up at that point. I don't know, is the permanent signage up or just, there was like some kind of cards posted up?
Yeah, it's not up yet, it's being made. So I
Okay.
we have these, again, hanging all over the place in that area. So we are working on that.
Yeah.
So again, I'll get those as soon as corporate sends them to us, I'll get them done for you.
All right, so why don't we leave the enforcement order in effect
Yeah.
until you notify Nick that the permanent signs are up, and then we can remove it.
And I think we need a deadline for those signs to go up.
Yeah.
Do you know when the signs will be in?
I don't. That's in legal's hands, but again, Nick, I'll buzz tomorrow, I'll call Kate and see what we can do, and I'll get you an ETA.
For their benefit, do we want to extend this to a certain day to be back at the meeting? Hopefully the signs are up.
Could I ask you a question, because I wasn't at that last meeting? What exactly happened, and how did it happen? How did we end up with rock salt in a parking lot?
My understanding is their plow
Yeah.
company was tasked with salting the lot, which was in conflict with the order conditions from when the building was built.
Okay, so they violated their order, okay, gotcha.
Yes.
They were supposed to have signs up, and they're not supposed to use salt, and they're not supposed to be storing salt.
The stormwater there goes through minimal if no filtering and then is dumped into a wetland. So that, with that in mind, I think the commission at the time chose to put the condition of no salt. Looks like everyone agreed to it at the time, and then over the years it was forgotten and they started salting just for convenience, I assume.
Yeah, just the store in itself has had a lot of turnover. It has had 4 managers in 2.5, 3 years. So somewhere along that, not an excuse, but somewhere along there, that probably got
Sure.
lost. And again, we'll do whatever we need to
Are
do.
you the store manager now?
I am acting store manager. They are in interim
Okay.
again, so I can tell you all that I know. I am interim. That doesn't mean that tomorrow I won't be store manager. It may not be tomorrow, it may be 2 weeks. I know the store fairly well. I was there for 2.5 years. And again, the rock salt is negligent on ours. They just didn't follow through. But we want to be a good neighbor. Whatever you guys want, we'll do. I love the store.
Well, I think
So-
the key is getting the signs up.
You got
So
it.
if the managers change and everything, the signs are permanent, no matter who's in there.
Right.
You know?
I wasn't even aware until
Yeah.
right now that there's supposed to be metal signs.
Yeah.
I mean, I will call legal tomorrow and say, guys, I think we're dropping the ball again. I need an ETA on these signs. I have all legal's emails back and forth, so I will
Well,
get
I
it done.
think,
If I have to pay it out of the store expense, I'll have
maybe-
someone do it.
You tell them that we want them up by our next meeting in 2 weeks,
You got it.
all right?
Yep.
And that way, I mean, they may give you permission, just have them made up locally and,
So would there be, so my question is now, like parking signs we have in the lot, is there an ordinance for how many signs, Nick, that we want? What's on poles?
well, it's
or-
basically
you wanna-
down at the lumber end, right?
No, it's the other way.
so-
It's garden.
Oh, it's on the.
So it's
garden
the
end?
whole,
Is that
the
where the
whole,
salt was? Is it
Yeah.
over by the garden?
that's where the
Yeah.
salt was stored, but the
Oh.
whole lot is an issue.
Right.
Because it all goes and then filters into the same area,
Right.
underground. I really think there's really 2 entrances to the site. So that's really where you need them, so anyone pulling in sees it, more so than throughout the parking lot.
I'm thinking out down by the lumber end too, either on the guardrail or the fence.
Okay.
That's where all the water goes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's where it heads to, but right from the south end of the lot, it goes up to that north wetland
Yeah.
underground.
Yeah, and it's like,
in
they
other
only have the
words-
2 entry points, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, so I think signage at the 2 entry points is what makes sense. It's, really what you guys think, if 1 sign at each entry point is sufficient, or if they should have, 2 at each entry point.
I could just imagine someone blowing right by that, not seeing it at all.
Yeah, I think there needs to be something in the parking lot as well.
Yes.
So I think really what she's just looking for is direction on
Yeah.
where you guys want them.
Can I walk over?
Sure,
there for a
yeah.
minute? So here's one entrance right here. That's the one right here.
Right,
And then there's this one. So this is where the sand was, right here.
Yep.
Right in this area.
Yep.
So our parking signage goes all throughout. So again, footage, how do you want them? And do you want, because I would, so talking from a customer standpoint or a resident, like you said, I'm gonna go by that.
right.
So even to put them here, I don't think is necessary. I think they have to be in through,
That's what I'm thinking,
So-
on the islands maybe, and then down by the lumber door.
maybe one at the beginning of every island is, I don't know. I know that there are,
Why don't we
I don't know.
go with 6 signs scattered throughout the parking area?
okay,
Yeah, then you got one.
is that,
That'll hit every
3, 4, that'll hit all the islands and, yeah. Well, roughly.
I think I'd also put a sign up in the office, so if another manager comes in, they'll know about it too.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just being fresh.
It gives you a bonus one if one gets knocked down too.
I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. I mean,
I
if
put
you
no
get-
salt in office.
Don't be salty.
You don't be salty.
Right above manager's office.
Or will get salty.
I thank you, I didn't catch your name, but I
Kathy.
appreciate you, the store manager, for coming in and taking accountability, even though, you weren't aware of what was going on. Your willingness to cooperate is commendable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our
I would
customers-
second- I would second that.
The residents of, like, I've been here for 2.5 years, so I know our customers. And I know they're mostly why would, again, I live here, why,
Yeah.
that's just
East or South Braintree,
east.
let her go.
No, a courtesy's a courtesy. You gave us a courtesy once.
Yeah.
You came
So
once.
we'll go with
Yeah.
6 signs throughout the parking lot.
You got it.
And we'll say 2 weeks,
Okay.
all right? And push corporate to get it done in 2 weeks.
I think we can.
Yeah.
I don't know what a sign, yeah.
I mean.
You asked me about a
you can tell them
plant or
that-
some merchandise, I can tell you that. Signage. So I will give Nick a call after I talk to Kate
Yeah.
and give you feedback.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And then I think we just have the 200 Myers site walk.
Yes.
So that, Nick and I did that the other day when it was super cold, January 30th. So this is at the Myers Ave. They're gonna,
What's going on, Maya? Is that the pole?
The polls.
they're gonna do the poles. They're gonna go
Okay.
in and remove.
Yep.
So they had it, it's kind of hard to see in some cases because there was snow already on top of it, but you could see the stakes going straight through. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So over here, you can see there were stakes
Yep.
all along there. And then you turn the corner here and it's not that far down before you run into the area where they're gonna work on that pole.
Okay.
But that was pretty much it.
So looks like,
Looks good.
yeah, they did what they needed to.
Yeah, no, it looked really good.
Okay.
Yeah, the erosion control looks really good.
And actually, the guy that was there, Gene, he was at the soils class.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he looked at me and he's like, "You look really familiar." He goes, "Wait a minute, were you at the class?" I said, "Yeah." So, yeah,
That was awesome.
it was fun. Okay, so I think that's it.
We just got the order of conditions too.
Order of conditions, okay, for that. So going back to ACC 25-1.
Anyone need a copy?
Of course we do.
Yeah. Like, we gave it back last time because we knew we would be responsible about it.
All three?
Yes, please.
Even you, huh?
I'm gonna give it back again because I don't trust myself.
I have a
don't
bunch of
have
these
one.
scattered around.
You don't have one, Gene?
No.
We need to have
Can
an
we throw it up
online
on your-
version.
Went over.
I'll run one over.
Okay. Rich actually scanned all of these into an online document months ago, right? Rich?
He's sleeping.
He's napping.
He's asleep?
Yes.
Yeah, you just were like during a meeting and you go boom, 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 here you go. So I actually,
Yep.
since our next meeting, we're not gonna have much, I'd like to go over that. Go through all the conditions, see which ones we wanna modify, which ones we wanna add.
Yeah, because I think, wasn't it National Grid that had some
I
good
think it was
ones in there?
MassDOT. Didn't they have ones?
Yeah.
We were meeting with them.
Oh,
Was that
MassDOT for
Hancock?
the Hancock,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so they had some good ones that,
Yeah.
that we should probably look at.
And MACC also has a bunch on their website, so we could go take a look at that and see
Yeah.
if we want to make modifications. So this may be the last one we use for this old one.
This one's been around for 40 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Okay, so let's look. I'm gonna start reading them out. If you guys disagree or agree, let me know. All right, so prior to commencement, siltation fence barrier should be placed on a limit of work line. How many feet?
Well, they're in the wetland.
They're in the wetland.
So that's really a moot point.
So are you gonna have any sort of?
Typically, their practice is to install.
Oh, excuse me. I just,
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Bridget Hilgendorf, VHB. Their typical practice is to install that straw wattle. It's usually at the edge of the matting, so it'll extend. The matting won't have anything in front of it, but it'll extend from the edge to prevent any debris coming in from the buffer zone where they're
Where they're
accessing.
driving in.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think some erosion controls were showed on the ER mapping too. They'd be in purple.
Okay.
I think we've been adding that one recently to installing it as shown on plan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. let's go with that. A2, A3, A4, there's no A5. I don't know, A6.
Can't use A6 on
Yeah.
that.
All right, let's look at
So
the,
we got what, A1, A2?
yeah, A1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't see any Bs. B6. There's no C. We're not doing Ds. No E. No F. G. Say G1. G2. G3. G4. G5. When the site's not supervised, all debris, fill, excavated material, construction material, and building material stockpiles must be placed more than,
You can't do that.
Yeah.
That won't fit.
They also have across the street, correct?
Yes, within the right of way. Yep.
so when the site's not supervised,
I mean, I assume this is more a one-day project, but they have a staging area across the street, which is where I would expect things to be stockpiled for this.
Okay.
They have it. I would assume they're going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I think my understanding at least is, like you said, it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround. I don't think they're really anticipating stockpiles, but they do have across the street if anything changes.
okay. So we
Going
can,
100 feet there, or really whatever, right?
I mean,
You could say 100 feet because it'd be cover across the
They
street.
can easily, yeah.
yeah,
They have the room to make that work.
Yeah.
okay. So
G6.
G6, G7. I don't think we do H1. No
H2.
H2, no H3. H4,
No, we want H2, right?
do we? Every successor in control.
What if,
Grid could sell.
huh?
Grid could sell.
They could sell it?
Yeah.
Okay, so sure, A2, or H2. Add that.
Probably not gonna happen, but it could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Not H3, H4,
Definitely 4.
H5, H6, C, D, E, F, and G.
Can you just repeat that quick, Lynn?
Huh?
Can you just repeat those, please?
Sure. C, D, E, F, and G.
Thank you.
Sure.
Do you mind if I ask a question on that one? I know we've run into this in the past when we use the GIS mapping, so they're not going to be stamped by an engineer. Will that be acceptable when the time comes?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. H7. Can we do that? C? You're not going to really use fertilizers, herbicides, or pesticides, right?
No.
No. So we don't need H.
No.
Do we want to have any sort of? No, let's move on. We'll get to that in a minute. H8, if there's a sale.
Right.
H9. I1, I2. Do they do the registry of deeds?
No, because it's
No.
ours, so.
Right, okay. I2B. You're not felling any trees, right?
No.
And, okay, so I would keep the no stockpiling of erosive materials within 50 feet.
Yep.
Work should proceed carefully but fast as possible, etc. Replication plan and timetable. Is the replication plan just, we're letting things go back
Yep, it would just be in
Right.
situ, and then if there's any destabilization in the buffer zone,
Right.
they'd stabilize with straw.
But we also need 2 years of monitoring with a report at the beginning and the end of each growing season.
Do you want that as a special condition under J?
And I think that's it. Or that, can anyone think of any other conditions?
Yeah, they have to get that pole out
Oh,
of
the
there.
poll.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We spent 5 minutes.
So what do we want, within 14 days of completion?
Pole removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else? Jean or Rich?
That's it. That's it from me.
No,
Just make sure
that's
that
it for me.
old pole is gone.
And Nick, I actually think we're all set.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I think we're done with that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Anybody have anything else we want to talk about?
So, Rich.
Good. Jean, Rich?
Thursday or Friday.
Anything
I'm good.
else?
Circulate
You're
your
good?
email.
I'm good.
Next
Okay. Then I will take a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have to do roll call.
Aye.
Jean?
Oh, aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Alex?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Unanimous.